A man is said to be a Sigma male if he is successful, charming, reserved, emotionally intelligent, and extremely independent. The Sigma males are the solitary wolves that choose to live by themselves. In many respects, they are comparable to alphas, but there is an intriguing difference between the two groups. Here is a rundown of 12 peculiar characteristics that can only be found in Sigma males. 1. He is so solitary that everyone refers to him as the lone wolf. Someone who has a mindset similar to that of a lone wolf is illustrated well by the Sigma male. He is more at ease being by himself than he is being around other people, and he has a propensity to do things his own way. He does not let the opinions of others determine what he believes to be right or wrong. Instead, he navigates morality according to his own internal compass. In addition to this, he is not seeking acknowledgement or praise from the local community. Even though he's not trying to attract attention to himself, you can't help but notice him because he's so good at what he does. 2. He depends very much on himself. Because he is able to take such good care of himself, he is a very independent person. This is not a man who believes that the only things he is responsible for doing around the house are emptying the trash and loading the dishwasher. A man who is capable of cooking, cleaning, and taking care of all of his other responsibilities, while giving the impression that he does not struggle to do so, is known as a Sigma male. When it comes to romantic partnerships, he has no interest in having a mother figure in his life. Instead, what he's looking for in a partner is someone who is equally self-reliant and capable as he is. He is referred to by the name the adventurer among us. The typical male Sigma exhibits characteristics similar to those of a nomad. Although he enjoys the coziness of his own home, he is always looking for different things to do in his spare time. He is fearless and maintains his composure even in perilous circumstances. His mind, which is ravenous for information, is constantly on the lookout for fresh topics from which to gain knowledge. A Sigma male has a strong interest in and natural curiosity regarding novel concepts, unusual locales, and unique cultural traditions. 4. He tends to keep to himself. Sigma males are more introverted than alpha males and prefer to spend their time alone. Even though he is able to blend in with virtually any group of people, he would much rather be alone than in a crowded room full of people. In order for him to be able to think his own thoughts and reflect on the things that are truly important in life, he requires time and space to himself. However, you shouldn't think of him as a brooder. Even though he is calm and powerful, this does not mean that he mopes around and sulks all day. That is not at all consistent with who he is. He is content to go about his own business and enjoys the company of himself. He isn't looking for the approval of others or the stimulation that comes from the outside world. 5. He does not place a high priority on the health of his own body. You may have noticed that members of the Sigma male fraternity exude an air of supreme self-confidence. This is due to the fact that they are self-assured and, in contrast to alphas, do not feel the need to seek validation or accolades from external sources. The reason for this is that they are confident in their own skin. He is content with who he is, and what's even better is that he is aware of who he is and what he is about, both of which contribute to his contentment. Waves of it are emitted by him as a result. It's not because he doesn't face the typical challenges that come with being a person, like anxiety and stress. He simply makes the conscious decision not to think about them. And as a consequence, he is content with who he is. 6. The people who are in his immediate vicinity are influenced by him. Even though he is not the leader of the pack like the alpha male is, the Sigma male still has some power over the other members of the pack. The alpha male is the leader of the pack. He frequently sets new trends without even consciously trying to do so. Due to the fact that he is so appealing, people have a desire to have a demeanor and personality like his, which is laid back and endearing. He has the uncanny ability to get people going, even when they aren't trying, and sometimes they don't even realize it's happening. 7. He does not play by the rules established by others. The Sigma man has a reputation for being rude, but being rude suggests that his behavior is a response to what other people do or to circumstances that he cannot control. He is not the right person. Because the Sigma male does not care about the rules and norms that society has established. He is not engaging in rebellion when he chooses to act in a manner that deviates from what his contemporaries typically do. He doesn't put any effort into being anyone other than himself, and he has his own set of guidelines for how to live his life. It's possible that you'll be able to tell that he's happier just by looking at him. The standard of his life has significantly improved given that he no longer conforms his timetable to that of anyone else but himself. 8. The Sigma male didn't give a hoot about what other people thought of him or how they perceived him. It is abundantly clear that he does not care what the opinions of other people are of him. The Sigma male does not have a heartless or unfeeling demeanor. He does not base his choices on his assumptions about what other people would do in the same circumstances as him. Instead, he places his faith in his intuition and bases his choices on what he thinks, how he feels, and what he has experienced in the past. Because he has an interest in gaining new knowledge, he will conduct his own research rather than relying on the guidance of videos on YouTube or posts on social media when it comes to making decisions. 9. He has a keen awareness of how other people are feeling. The lone wolf of this type possesses a high level of emotional intelligence. They are not as insensitive as the majority of people believe, on the contrary. He is conscious of how he feels as well as how other people feel about him. However, he is not always socially astute because large groups of people and interactions with them are not his thing. He has an uncanny knack for figuring out how people feel in a group, and he is an excellent mediator because he always knows what to say and do to calm down situations that could get out of hand. He has an uncanny knack for figuring out how people feel in a group. Even though he makes an effort to steer clear of controversy, he is always willing to defend the rights of others and will even make an effort to mediate disputes when he is in a position to do so. The Sigma male, when it comes to romantic partnerships, is attentive to the needs of his partner. There is a possibility that the alpha male will become involved in relationship power struggles, whereas the Sigma male has no reason to do so. Because he is so perceptive, he is able to figure out how to look after the people in his life without having to be told what it is that they want or what they require. He is aware of the significance of maintaining harmony in all relationships and has the comprehension that maintaining harmony in all relationships is significant. 10. He is very self-motivated and has a strong desire to accomplish the things he sets out to do. Despite the fact that Sigma males might not receive as much respect from society as alpha males do, this does not imply that they are not ambitious. Even though they might not be interested in climbing the corporate ladder in order to get a corner office or reaching other key leadership positions, this does not mean that they are not working hard and making progress toward the goals that they have set for themselves. The Sigma male is highly self-motivated and strives to meet the criteria and requirements that he has set for himself. His objectives might not be the norm, but you can be certain that he is putting in a lot of effort to achieve them. The majority of the time, he does this in a sneaky and covert manner behind the scenes. 11. He is blessed with a great deal of good fortune. It shouldn't come as much of a surprise that the Sigma male is successful at everything he tries because he is highly self-motivated and driven. Even though he doesn't try to compete with or beat the dominant male, he frequently achieves the same level of success that the dominant male does. It is clear that he puts in long hours at work, in his hobbies, and with his family because the results are visible. 12. He is unable to be trusted with anything. Even though the Sigma male is attuned to the emotions of others and maintains a high level of emotional availability, this does not mean that he is interested in a committed romantic partnership. In point of fact, the Sigma male may favor maintaining a more casual level of interaction with others because he places a high value on his personal space and independence. If you ask him, he will tell you if he doesn't want a long-term commitment, even if he doesn't want a commitment in general. This is due to the fact that he is emotionally intelligent. He won't make an effort to conceal it from you in order to gain an advantage in your relationship with him. This does not mean that Sigma men are perfect and never make mistakes in their behavior. To put it more succinctly, they are extremely selective in the business partners that they choose to collaborate with. The Sigma man operates in opposition to the conventional social order, which positions the alpha male on top of all other types of masculinity and places the beta male below him. The Sigma man is of the opinion that the alpha male ought to be placed in a lower status than the beta male. The lone wolf exhibits many of the characteristics of an alpha, but avoids all forms of attention, leadership, and social conventions to the fullest extent possible. They would prefer to be by themselves to be around other people. Nevertheless, he possesses characteristics such as being sensitive, having an open mind, being charming, and being able to adapt to any given social circumstance. It's possible that you are a Sigma male yourself, or that you know someone else who is.